Hello. I just wanted to share something very important, at least to me. So, I got this game, NHL 26, yesterday actually, and the thing is, there was a major issue with the controls, and I looked it up online, and a lot of people had the exact same issue. So, it's always been a pet peeve of mine when video games make you click in the stick that you're moving with while you're moving. Now, with a lot of games, you just have to click it in once and then you don't have to hold it in. This game, you have to, a lot of the time to skate fast, you have to click in the left stick while moving the left stick around. And that is just terrible for several different reasons. Lots of people online are reporting it's uncomfortable for the thumb. It breaks controllers really easily to have to push in the stick. Anytime you're pushing in the stick while moving it in different directions, or even just one direction, it's a massive pain. So, I spent 4 hours trying to figure out how to make this game comfortable to play, and I found a solution. I had to analyze the controls, which is complicated because buttons do different things whether you're on offense or defense. And so what I came up with is a 3-button switch, sort of a clockwise alteration between 3 buttons. The game does not allow you to change the button mapping, but the PS5 has accessibility settings. And what I did, I moved L3 to L1. I moved L1 to triangle, and I moved triangle to L3. This means instead of having to click in the stick while hustling for like most of the game or like half the game, now I can just hold down L1 and bam, move the stick at my leisure. Super easy, super fun, makes the game like 10 times more fun to play. And now triangle is now L1. So for things like this little dangle move or whatever it's called, um, you just use triangle. And then the downside is that triangle has to get moved to L3, which means um, there are a couple things which are now harder to do, but triangle has the most niche stuff. So like on offense, you pretty much just lose this, which is like, how often do you have to actually do this, like pop it up like that? I've tried doing it and it's really hard. And even if you have to click in the left stick, you can just stop moving for a fraction of a second. Like the maybe what, like twice per game at most that you have to do that, instead of having to suffer with L3 being with the hustle or sprint mechanic. And then on defense, what is normally triangle is just, it does a couple things. So on defense, it allows you to initiate something called like a net battle if you hold it down for long enough. But I looked it up online and most people don't seem to use that feature very much anyways. And I haven't seen a situation come up. And triangle is also normally used on defense for pushing someone into the boards. But you can just use the right stick. The right stick is very flexible with different checking. You can push into people with a body check with the right stick. And I found, even if you have to click in the stick once in a while to push someone to the board, that's not the end of the world. Because you can kind of glide into it, release the stick, press it in anyways. So overall, this control difference, it just makes the game like 10 times more enjoyable and chill to play. You don't have to break your thumb, like lots of people online were complaining it was uncomfortable for the thumb. But it took me 4 hours to come up with this because I had to analyze what I could actually give up. Now, the only downside is the menu navigation is a little annoying, but you don't use triangle that much in the menus. So you just have to kind of remember and kind of take your time in the menus, get used to it, and the game is just so much more fun like this.